Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for June 2016. This month I'm doing things a little bit differently, making these videos a little bit longer and splitting up the cards into sections. So to start off, we're going to start with the main focus for this month, which you have the Eight of Diamonds. And the Eight of Diamonds is all about work, so I think you're very focused on work this month, working, making more money. For the past few months, your focus has also been better finances and increasing your finances. That's come up time and time again in the weekly readings for you. So a lot of you could be doing that. This is definitely a card of better financial planning, coming up with better financial ideas, new financial ideas, all sorts of things like that. And it does represent material success. And it says that success is on its way. Sometimes with the Eight of Diamonds, it's not here yet, but it's definitely coming in, and you can see it coming. So a lot of you might be able to see it. On the flip side, too, it can also represent unexpected money coming to you. So a lot of you could be like getting some sort of like check or something that you didn't expect, which would be really nice, or maybe like an inheritance or something along those lines. And this can even be a situation where you budgeted some money maybe, and then you find out you budgeted too much actually, and you have like extra. So you have like a surprising amount of extra money or something like that. It's a very good card for finances. Next, you have the King of Clubs, which represents Sagittarius in a lot of ways. It represents a fire sign. And King of Clubs is all about thinking about the future, looking into the future, and being very intuitive. So definitely, even just looking at everything else going on here, great month for you to trust your intuition this month. It's a great month to be very open and honest as well. King of Clubs is very open and honest with everything. And pay attention to the messages you receive this month from your dreams and everything. This has come up for a couple other signs. There's been a lot about like messages coming in through dreams and other people or things that aren't even said comes up a lot as well. And next, to further that message, you have the Ace of Clubs, all about messages, receiving messages that, from your dreams and things like that, that could be important for you. This is a very good card. It's a card of abundance. It's a great card for learning. It's a great card for learning new things. And it's also, I would say the really important thing with this card is to listen to messages. Listen to what people tell you. Look for other bits of knowledge. It's great, if you're working on new projects or trying to start a relationship, whatever you're doing. The Ace of Clubs is a great card to, look at new ways of doing things, studying new ways of doing things, updating your skills, learning from somebody else, anything you can do to improve your position. Again, everywhere in your life will really benefit you with a card like this in a big way. So definitely focus on that. Next, in the area of love, you start off with the Five of Clubs. So definitely thinking about love. I think a lot of you are thinking about it, even if you're in a relationship or not. A lot of you could be thinking about love and how to increase your relationship or get into a relationship or start a new relationship. This is a card of changes as well. So maybe even a lot of you are making health changes and things like that to, try to attract more people, or maybe some of you, this is even a card of like buying new clothes and things like that. So again, a lot of you could be making a lot of changes. It is a card of distractions, though. I feel like, for the most part, I feel like Sagittarius is working. I think you're working this month and really focused on work. The other two fire signs were as well. So I think it might be just in the astrology or something. And maybe love might also, for some of you, not all of you, but maybe for a small percentage of you, love is just maybe a distraction this month, and maybe that's the problem. But this is also a card of taking a vacation, needing to go on a vacation and things like that. So maybe some of you are thinking about traveling or taking a short vacation or something and maybe you meet somebody, and that would be really nice as well. Next, you have the Two of Clubs. Again, Two of Clubs is a card of really focusing on yourself. So a lot of you could be really focused on yourself and improving yourself. I would say, it's not like a bad thing to take time to focus on yourself and really try to make yourself, better in a lot of ways. And maybe that's what a lot of you are focused on as far as relationships go. And again, doesn't matter if you're in one or not. Maybe, a lot of you could be working on that. But it's also a card of communication, so it's great for communicating with the person you're with, or communicating with new people, meeting new people, and things like that. It's also a card that is very tied to business. So a lot of you could be meeting somebody through business or through their place of business or something like that. I would say the one challenge with this card is it can represent a little bit of impatience. So maybe some of you are feeling a little bit impatient in love as well. And next, your last card here for love is the Eight of Spades. Eight of Spades is a card of work and needing to work. So again, with this like work thing, but it's also a card of needing to work on your relationships and things. So this card is the card of the workaholic. So if you're working too much, maybe you need to create more balance in your relationship. But it can also, this card can represent under some carding systems like an extremely close relationship where you're really close with the person you're with. So for a lot of you, your relationship could be deepening. And again, if you're not in a relationship, Eight of Spades can represent a time for vacation. You have a lot of vacation cards. A lot of people have had vacation cards in these June readings. So I think that a lot of people need a break, and I think a lot of people just need a break in general from like everything. So I think the universe is kind of opening that up to a lot of signs that need to take some time away and allowing for that to happen, which is nice. Next, in the area of work and finance and business and all that stuff, you start off with the Three of Spades. Three of Spades is needing to look at your financial health. It is normally just a health card, but as far as work and finance and things go, this is a card of needing to look at your financial health, needing to maybe look for places to increase your finances and things, kind of like that Eight of Diamonds. How I said for a long time, there's been a lot of stuff coming up for you, Sagittarius, about increasing your finances, creating better finances, and things like that. This card can also represent past frustrating experiences, having dealt with frustrating financial experiences, frustrating debts, and things like that, and needing to kind of get those things squared away. And it's definitely a card to be careful under. Definitely not a good card to overspend on or anything like that. And next you have the Queen of Spades. The Queen of Spades is actually can be a card of justice. So a lot of you could be experiencing more like financial justice in a lot of ways, better finances coming in. It is a card of being tricked though. So at the same time, while it can represent this justice coming in, it can also represent somebody tricking you financially. So I would say probably not a good time to like loan money or anything like that. It can represent somebody manipulative and things like that. So avoid loaning money to people and anything like that as far as finances go. But other than that, it's a good card for also needing to take more risks in finances and things like that. And then finally, you have the Seven of Diamonds. Seven of Diamonds is a card of doubts and having doubts around finances. So again, I would say even though in this finance section you have some kind of so-so cards financially, you started off with some really amazing financial cards. So I would say that financially you're probably doing fine this month, and but maybe it's just not a blockbuster financial month for you. But again, I would say that probably I don't think anything will go wrong, but this is a card of financial challenges, needing to avoid financial challenges and things like that. But again, with the Eight of Diamonds, coming up in the first section, I would say that actually, and the Ace of Clubs, which is amazing for abundance and earning and things like that, I would say that finances are probably actually really going to go your way. I would just avoid loaning money to people, and I would avoid spending money on things that you don't need. But other than that, things look okay for you. And next, in the next section for spirituality and your emotions, you have the Jack of Spades. So again, maybe even spiritually, a lot of you are thinking, maybe you have been tricked in the past, or maybe you were tricked financially or something. A lot of you could be thinking about that. But the Jack of Spades is actually a very spiritual card as well. It's about charging forward spiritually. So a lot of you could become, could be working on becoming more spiritual this month. Next, you have the Ace of Hearts, really good card for emotions and feeling really happy. It's also a card that represents like spirituality in the home, becoming more spiritual in the home, and even like becoming happier with new spiritual practices and things like that. So it's a great card for starting anything new spiritually. And finally there, you have the Ten of Spades. Ten of Spades is a transformation card. A lot of you, I think that because of that Three of Spades as well that you already had, I think a lot of you are thinking about how you've grown spiritually and made new improvements spiritually, and kind of like even thinking about some of the difficult things that you've overcome. Maybe a lot of you are thinking about like those old things again that you've overcome, which is great, and you're looking at how you've grown and things like that and how you've transformed. And then finally, I simply ask the deck if there's anything else that you need to know, and you get the Five of Diamonds. So again, a really good financial card, very positive, great for new beginnings and starting new projects financially, great for taking new risks in finance, great for selling if you do sell or anything like that. It's a great card for that. Great for new contracts. It's a birth card, so it represents birth of new finances, birth of better finances. Um, it's a card of unexpected news. You had a couple other unexpected cards here, another 5 and an 8, which can represent unexpected news and surprises coming to you financially. So that is very exciting. So I would say it's actually going to be a really good month for you. Definitely just watch out for tricky people and loaning money and things like that. But other than that, it looks really good. So thank you for watching and enjoy your June.